Guys, check out this garage paint job.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be painting our 2013 Nissan GT-R. As you know, we were involved in a little incident, little fender bender, but we got it fixed. And our goal today is to try to get this thing painted at the house. And the very first thing that we're gonna do is actually run to the store, grab all of our supplies so we can get started. So right before we actually go, we're gonna snap a picture of the paint code. That way when we get to CarQuest, they know exactly what we're looking for, and we are gonna use Standox paint, right?
Yep, Standox to match everything up perfectly. We already have clear coat, and all we need to grab is some foam tape because we are gonna paint this little piece of the bumper. I think it'll work just fine, and we're gonna grab some regular tape. So let's go ahead, hop in the Ranger Danger and get our supplies.
Get in there. Fire it up. Look at that. Danger Ranger. Gets the job done though.
Alright, so we got all of our supplies. Now let's head back and prep that GT-R.
Alrighty guys, so we are finally back and we're about to start prepping this whole entire quarter panel. So we're gonna wet sand the entire thing and also go ahead and just wet sand this side of the bumper. And then we'll prep our paint area. We're gonna pull all the cars out, clean the floor, make sure we minimize that dust as much as possible. So let's go ahead, start wet sanding, and then we'll start prepping our paint booth.
All right, so we just got this whole entire quarter panel sanded, but there is still a few more shiny areas here and there, and we do got to get rid of that. That way that paint sticks 100% and we don't have any flaking or anything like that.
Yeah, we should do one or two more passes to get it nice and matte finish, just like this right here. But this clear coat on this car, this is the original one. It's actually really tough because I think Nissan did a little bit of research on it, and I think Nissan used some kind of self-healing clear coat, which is crazy. I never heard of it before, but a lot of people say that you can't really blend it. But we did the front end and it turned out perfect with the original door and all that stuff, you know. But right now we're actually gonna sand it down as best as possible, and after that we're probably gonna move on to that rear bumper, disassemble that whole entire side, take that tail light off and everything, sand it, and then we're gonna have to prep. We're gonna have to do a lot of prepping here, hang up a bunch of tarp. We're probably gonna do tarp on both sides. What do you think?
Yeah, you know, move all this stuff out. We're gonna paint in this area because the post right there for the lift is kind of in the way. So
or we can clean all this out, make sure the floor is nice and clean right here, put one tarp there because we got a bunch of parts and stuff on that side. Wet the entire floor down once again. Make sure we prep everything really good. I mean, the truck turned out really great. If you didn't watch that video, we painted it in here. It turned out perfect. We just buffed it a little bit, which we will buff this because we actually buffed the entire car once we finished painting it that one time.
Yeah, in a paint booth, but
yeah,
no doubt you're gonna have to buff in a paint booth like this.
Look at the reflection. That's how good we got it. That's
yeah, we did paint this entire side right here and the front end. It turned out amazing. So yeah, let's go ahead, finish sanding this quarter panel, and then move on to that bumper.
Let's do it. All right, now that the bumper and the quarter panel is 100% sanded, ready to paint, we're gonna go ahead and start prepping the whole entire garage, start cleaning a bunch of stuff out, probably hang one tarp right here, clean the floor up, start taping the entire car, and then before you know it, we're gonna start mixing up our paint, and hopefully we get a perfect paint job. Hopefully we get a do this little mechanism right here. We've never done this before, but
yeah, what we're gonna do is drop a piece of foam tape right about there, and the rest of that stuff we just get buffed out on the flat areas right there.
Yeah, and the reason for the foam tape is we don't get that hard line with the regular tape. The foam will actually it's like a bubble. Here, let me show you what we're talking about. Where's the foam tape at? Right here is our foam tape.
And it's just not, it's gonna kind of mist it.
Yeah,
it's gonna leave like a mist line.
No hard line. What we're gonna do is actually throw like 2 coats of clear or 3 coats, just depending on how smooth it is. Usually we do 3 coats, but every coat is gonna be halfway. Like I'm gonna spray the first coat here, the second coat up to here, and then the third coat is finally gonna be up to the tape. So it just like narrows down to a nice smooth finish. So then whenever we take this stuff off, we can buff it out, and basically we'll have no line at all. That is the goal. So we're gonna try that out. So right now, let's go ahead and start prepping the entire garage for this paint job.
Let her rip, man. It's been a while since this Ferrari's been started, so you may see a little puff of smoke.
Let's do it.
Usually that's what these Ferraris do. I believe there's a way that like it lubricates the cylinders or something, some sort of technology like that, where I believe that if like it hasn't cold started in a while, it will blow a little bit of white smoke. But let's go ahead and see it. Dang, you ripped the whole rear bumper off, dude. I didn't mean drive it like you stole it. You drove it. Dang, but it's all good. I think we're getting a new bumper, right?
We're getting a sick new rear bumper.
Yeah.
Right?
So, oh yeah, for sure.
Custom.
It's gonna be soon, but let's go ahead and pop this on and drop that Viper down and go ahead and give you guys a cold start of it. It hasn't been started in a while also.
We broke the Ferrari.
You ready? Yes, sir. Let her rip. This sucker is getting dusty every time we drive it through here, but we're gonna have that issue fixed as soon as we get our shop built, man.
Oh yeah, dude, I can't wait.
We're in the process, guys, right now. The architectural plans and all that stuff is taking a good bit of time, but we'll have an update soon.
Oh yeah, good things take time.
That's right.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Hey, I like that. All right, so we finally got our tarp set up. We also went ahead and cleaned up the shop a bit, swept the floors, got all the dust up as best as we possibly could. Now we're probably gonna move on to wax and grease, right?
Yeah, we're first gonna wax and grease, remove all the edges so the tape sticks to it really nicely once we tape it up and it doesn't peel off when we're painting it. So let's go ahead and get all the edges, tape everything up, go ahead and tape and tarp the whole entire car up, and then we're gonna move that rear bumper here and tape it up as well. so the car is all taped up nicely. We went ahead and even taped it down to the floor so whenever we turn the fan on, the tarp doesn't go flying everywhere. Now we're actually gonna grab our rear bumper, put it right here, and start taping it up. Alright guys, check this out. So we got everything 100% taped up for the rear bumper here. We did our little foam line right there. Hopefully it turns out great. We also went ahead and made sure no overspray gets on the already painted bumper. So we went ahead and tucked everything up nicely, taped it up so nothing is flapping around. As for the car as well, everything is good. The shop is nice and clean right now. We're gonna get probably a water hose down here so we can mist the floor right before I paint it, because I'm gonna start painting right here where the primer is just to get that good coverage. So I'm gonna throw a few heavy coats on there, make sure it's nice and covered, and then I'm gonna mist it just to get that nice blend in. And as for this rear bumper, I'm only gonna mist probably right along this edge right here. Don't wanna do too much, just wanna give enough so it matches just right with that quarter panel there. So right now, let's go ahead, prep our paint, and then we'll come back here, wax and grease remove everything, wet the floor down, and throw our first coat. Alright guys, so the base coat is down, everything looks really good. Right now we're actually going to go in there and throw our first coat of clear, but before we do so we got to re-wet the entire floor once again. Hopefully we don't get no trash at all in this clear coat and just buff as minimal as possible. So let's go in there, re-wet the entire floor, and throw our first coat of clear.
Alrighty guys, check this out. It turned out absolutely amazing. What do you think of the trash?
I mean, it has to have a little bit of trash when you're painting inside the garage, but it looks absolutely amazing. I'm happy with how that clear coat and how that blend went down, dude. That looks super good. Now we actually have to go ahead and remove all the tape and the tarp, because we don't want this stuff to dry out too fast, because it is hot outside. Everything is drying super quick, and I want to go ahead and remove it, especially around this sill right here, because once that stuff dries and you go peel the tape, it's actually going to peel some clear coat or paint off with it. And if you didn't notice, we had to jump on this door real quick because the tape was actually split open and some of the clear coat started shooting in here, so it sucks, but we got to it as soon as possible. We got it off with some wax and grease remover. So right now, let's go ahead and remove all this tape before this paint starts drying.
Yeah, it's drying quick. It's super hot today.
Really hot.
And also, we are going to be buffing this entire quarter panel. Go ahead and start untaping it while I'm going to explain what we're going to do. We're actually going to buff onto the door as well. That way we pretty much blend, buff everything.
Yeah, you're blending with the buffer as well, you know, make sure everything is nice. And since we did get a little bit of clear coat on there, might as well just buff it all up, make it look really good.
Exactly. But yeah, let's go ahead and unwrap this thing, that way we don't damage anything. Man, that looks good. Now, the more important piece, or the new thing that we tried, was blending the, or not blending, what did we try to do?
Blending basically half a bumper, you know.
Yeah, without having to re-clear coat the entire bumper, we blended with the paint and we also blended with the clear coat using this foam tape along the straight edges here. So hopefully everything turns out well. I think it will, honestly, the way, I mean, it makes sense.
Yep. See that we now all we have to do is actually already 600 grit that one.
Yeah,
you know,
you sanded that with 600 grit right there.
Now all we have to do is just go on top of it with like a 1000 or something like that, or 2000 actually, really lightly, and then buff it out and see how well it comes out.
Dude,
you know,
this is awesome, dude. Finally learned something new. We're learning stuff as we go all the time. So
we can't say anything right now though. We gotta wait till we buff it to see how it turns out.
We'll probably. What do you think? Buff it tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hot. It's gonna be really hot tomorrow. I'm sure if we let it bake, you know, it'll be easy to buff. You know what I mean?
But yeah, look at that, dude. That looks amazing. Little bits. I'm talking about like very minor bits of trash in this garage, you know, after waiting.
It is orange peely, but
the original paint is orange peely. That door right there is so smooth is because we buffed and polished it.
Yeah, we buffed and polished it. What we're gonna do to the rest of this paint, you know, make it look sharp, because black actually looks the best when it's nicely buffed and polished.
Exactly. So. But yeah, like you said, the original paint has that weird self-healing stuff, and it's really orange peely.
Yeah.
From the factory, but look at that, dude. Turned out amazing. Can't wait till we buff it, probably tomorrow in the morning.
Let's do it.
All right, so it is the next day here and our paint is finally dry. As far as this rear bumper goes, we are gonna go ahead and start with buffing it. Try to get out that soft line that we made with that foam tape and just see how it turns out. But for the quarter panel, it did
Yes.
turn out amazing as well, but we do want to give it a couple more hours to fully cure before we buff and polish it and all that good stuff. There is a little bit of trash in it. That's not a big deal, but as long as there's no water, which thanks to the welcome system, that actually helped us a lot, make sure our air filtration system was perfect. But other than that, we're gonna go ahead and grab some sandpaper, go ahead and sand that rear bumper and see how it turns out.
Alright guys, check that out, dude. It buffed out absolutely amazing. You can't even see no line or whatsoever. You can't even see the transition. And the reason why is because we did it right on that very aggressive, sharp, like almost a 90-degree angle right there, and it looks absolutely amazing just with one pass of the buffer. I still haven't buffed this area right here. I just buffed the top section just to see how that turned out, and it turned out perfect. So right now we're actually gonna go ahead and throw the bumper back on the car, reassemble the whole entire rear end, and go from there.
Yeah, and look at that Ranger Danger, man. Still doing work.
Always.
That sucker's been rolled 2 times, and that's a scrapper right there.
Yeah, it's been rolled over about 2-3 times, and still is rolling down the road.
That's why we like them Rangers. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep on moving here with this bumper.
Alright guys, so the GTR is 100% back together. It looks absolutely amazing other than buffing this quarter panel, which will be in the next video. And once we buff this entire quarter panel, we're probably going to go ahead and start throwing on some goodies. We do have some awesome stuff going on in the wheel wells. Maybe new wheels, maybe new, I don't want to say no more. But before we end this video off, we do want to open something that somebody sent for our dog Max. Now, I don't know what this is. It looks like a little tent right there, and it says floppy dog. I think somebody named by the name of Cannon sent this, so let's go ahead and crack this sucker open and see if he likes it.
Oh man. What is that? Is it like a little trampoline tent type of deal?
I don't know.
I think this is what it is right here. Elevated bed with canopy. Ooh, dude, I think he's gonna love it.
Let's check it out.
Right now he is inside in the AC, chilling out. And we're gonna set this up and he's gonna come out here with tons of energy. He's gonna be hopping around like a floppy dog. Just like they call it.
Floppy dog?
That's what it says.
We got some instructions. Let's set this sucker up. It looks actually pretty neat.
Alright, so that is going to be a wrap for today's video. Max is absolutely loving his floppy dog tent thingy. Thanks whoever sent that, you know who you are. But with that being said, guys, stay tuned for the next video where we do a bunch of more updates to the GTR. It's going to be absolutely amazing and it's going to transform the look of it. So make sure your post notifications are on so you don't miss out on anything. Also, guys, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Goon Squad where you can get an inside scoop there before YouTube. And if you want to support your boys, be sure to visit goonsquad.com and copy some merch. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments down below and we'll catch you next time. Peace.